What's your name? Mr. Aditya, this is your second attempt. So, did you go to UPSC last year also
ये
for
टॉपर ये
interview in your earlier attempt?
टॉपर
Okay,
आदित्य
very
श्रीवास्तव
nice. So, let's start. Please tell us something about yourself.
तो 24 का दिया है रिजल्ट
24 का 23 का 24 में दिया आज
आज 23 वाला रिजल्ट है ना
You're speaking very fast. Slow down,
आईपीएस है
please.
अभी और आज फिर बन के आईएएस
There also you should slow down and sit, relax. Let your back touch the back of the chair. Relax your body. Yes, yeah. Carry on, please. Very nice. Now you are from UP. Can you tell me how many airports are there in UP? Approximately, so I'm not interested. Can you tell me the GDP of UP?
It is around $250 billion.
So, you're talking around and you're telling me in dollars. You need to tell me in rupees. Anyway, I've seen you have interest in dinosaurs.
Yes.
So when were they on Earth originally?
So they existed from around 250 million years ago to around 65 million years ago. That was the period called the Mesozoic era.
And which part of the world they were in?
Their fossils have been found from all around the globe. So they existed in all continents except for Antarctica.
You mean they were in India also?
Yes, sir.
Where in India? Have you found any skeletons anywhere?
Yes, sir. We have found the fossils from Gujarat and from Madhya Pradesh as well. For example, in Rayoli village in Gujarat, there is one of the largest fossilized bed of.
Okay. And what is this? You said bowler and patta league. What is patta?
So, sir, in our college, actually, the tennis ball cricket was called patta. So that was the league.
Oh, I see. That's sorry. Now tell me about this bowling thing. Now yesterday's T20 match you must be knowing then. The cricket, what happened yesterday?
Sorry, sir, I did not watch, but I got updated by ESPN Cricket Info.
You don't read newspapers? Have you read today's newspaper?
Sorry, sir, I have not
You
read.
don't listen to the news also?
Sir, I do listen to the news.
There's a big news today that India has
Yes, sir, India has
won the match. And can you tell me when was T20 first played there?
Sorry, sir, I'm able to.
Doesn't matter. Achha, tell me about the women reservation in parliament and in assemblies. It's not there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So why it is not there? What is the reason?
Sir, as far as I can recall, there is a women's reservation bill currently pending, which tried to put reservations in the legislatures. As far as my views on it are concerned,
No, the bill is pending. Then what happened to that bill? Since when is this pending?
I think it is pending since 2010.
But does it not lapse along with the lapsing of the Lok Sabha?
So there are certain conditions for the lapsing of the bill. If it has been passed by the Rajya Sabha but has not been given to the Lok Sabha, or in certain cases it
Was it passed by the Rajya Sabha?
Sir, I'm unable to recall.
Anyway, so what is your view here?
Sir, I think that women's reservation is essential in the legislatures as well, because we have seen some success when the reservation was given in the third tier of
So
the.
why? So it is okay, but then why it is not happening?
Sir, most of the reasons are concerned around the current lack of consensus on the bill, as far as I can recall.
Consensus, lack of consensus in what way?
So, sir, I'll have to read about it a bit more.
And why 33%? What is the women's population percentage in India?
Sir, it is around 48%.
So why not 48%? Why 33%?
sorry, sir, I'll have to read about it.
Now, can you tell me the Agniveer scheme? You know this, it had come. You know the detail of the Agniveer scheme?
Yes, sir.
Can you just tell me in brief, please?
So it was about providing jobs to the youth for 4 years approximately in the army, and it was basically aimed at bringing down the average age of the army to from the current above 30 years to below.
But there were a lot of protests
Yes, sir.
also.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you know the reasons for that.
Yes, sir.
So, what is your view? The protesters were right, or the government is right?
So in my view, the protesters had their own concerns. However, I think that the government is more right because the individual interests should not shadow the interests of the nation at the large. And since we are trying to,
But isn't it unfair to the youth? For 4 years you employ them and then you leave them in the lurch.
sir, in my opinion, they were actually not being left in the lurch because the government was actually providing them priority in certain areas like the CIS.
But everybody will not get into that. Will not get into that.
Yes, sir.
Because then they'll be beyond age for any other government job also. Then for that.
Yes, sir. I think that the government was doing something, and I think that apart from that, what more can be done is providing them skills for various corporate jobs like
That,
basic.
of course, the government will provide. But so my last question is: tell me the health budget of India in the last financial budget of the government of India.
Sir, I can recall it was around 1.3% of the GDP. I'm unable to recall the exact
amount. No. Thank you. Sir.
Mr. Aditya, you did MTech in electrical engineering
Yes, sir.
and you didn't pursue a career in electrical engineering, although EV vehicles, there is a revolution in India. Huge scope for electrical engineers. Also, there is a demand in the times of the fourth industrial revolution. Why did you pursue a career there?
Sir, I actually did research in electrical field itself. So I did research in the VR tech. After that, depending on my interests, I shifted to things around the AI because my MTech project was also concerned about optimization and stuff. So I went into the finance sector where it was much more important in terms of the AI.
Diametrically opposing areas, technical, highly technical AI area. In finance, Goldman Sachs.
Yes, sir.
Why and now again the third career choice is totally unrelated to what you studied.
Yes, sir. So actually in finance, my job was around mathematical modeling itself. So that had a bit of AI in it. And apart from that, in the...
So why didn't you take up a career in AI?
Sir, actually in my opinion, I did not want to pursue it in that direction because then I would have to go abroad and do research, and the eventual career in AI would have been focused around more of research than on actual implementation.
So what's wrong with research?
Sir, actually I did not want to go abroad from very young age because...
Even in the IAS and civil services and IPS, you could still go abroad.
Yes, sir. Sir, there were two major reasons, and both of them would not be actually violated by being in the service. One of them was that I had developed a kind of motivation reading about brain drain and stuff in school years that I wanted to remain in India and work in India. Apart from that, I also wanted to take care of my aging parents, so that was the second important reason in my opinion.
Okay, so how would you apply your learnings in Goldman Sachs and IIT into civil services?
So, sir,
What are your learnings?
so my basic learnings were around electrical engineering, where I got a bit of technical knowledge. Apart from that, I worked as the head of show management integrity, where I got a bit of experience as in teamwork and leadership. And apart from that, in Goldman Sachs, I worked a bit in the domain of mathematical modeling and around data.
How is it relevant to government service?
Yes, sir. So in the current
Now,
administration,
people like us go to the field, implement schemes, plan schemes, and we come to the center, we do a lot of planning. How does it help? How does your core competency help in these matters?
yes, sir. So in my opinion, the current age is an age of data, where even data is being called the new oil. So, and we are also trying to shift towards e-governance. and more of data-driven governance. So in that aspect, my core competencies in AI and data analysis can help. Apart from that, my experience in Tekriti can help in taking the team together and taking initiatives, etc., to make it more comprehensive and more people-based governance and better teamwork.
Okay, see, dinosaurs became extinct, and there are other species also which became extinct over periods of time. Will human beings also become extinct?
Yes, sir, there is a possibility that human beings can also become extinct, because if we see that the extinction of dinosaurs was caused by an asteroid impact, and even looking at today, we are not well prepared to tackle such an asteroid impact. So that is one thing which can lead to the extinction of humans. Apart from that, the various anthropogenic changes that we have caused in the nature.
Climate change also?
Yes, sir. It can also lead to.
So if human beings, if the human race can become extinct, it means the world, the earth becomes uninhabitable. Is that the reason why we are exploring the solar system? Find alternative places?
Yes, sir.
Should we explore that more seriously?
Yes, sir. I think that we should explore more seriously, but apart from that, we should ensure that the earth also remains inhabitable for the mammals and humans specifically, because we
But
have
if an asteroid strikes, then it doesn't matter what we do with the earth.
yes, sir. But that is again
So you are a believer in doomsday?
not exactly, but I think that
What do you say? Human race also can become extinct.
yes, sir. I believe that it is a possibility. Although
Okay, now tell me about the Kashi Tamil Sangam.
yes,
It
sir.
took place in Varanasi
Yes, sir.
over a period of 1 month.
Yes, sir. So, sir, it was about the culmination of two cultures, whereby we saw that the people from northern India.
What was the objective?
So the objective was to bridge the gap and create a more holistic theme for India, whereby we see that it is in line with the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative, where you want to bring.
What was the common link between Kashi and Tamil culture?
So there are two major links which I can think of. First is the link of Lord Shiva. We see that Kashi temple is also based on Lord Shiva, and Rameshwaram temple is also based on Lord Shiva. Apart from that, Sanskrit is another link. Sanskrit and Tamil link is also
Which is the older language, Sanskrit or Tamil?
Sorry, it is Sanskrit. Sanskrit is older, because even we see that the word Tolkapiyam, which is the
You go
mother
to
of.
Tamil Nadu, they'll say Tamil is the oldest.
Okay, sir, I think.
Discuss with Tamil scholars, they'll say they'll give you evidence that Tamil was the oldest. Does it matter which language is oldest? Is older than the other?
Sir, in my opinion, it does not matter which language is older, because both of them are very vibrant languages. With
So
very
why the
vibrant-
controversy? Scholars say no, this is older, this is older.
Sir, probably it has to be related to the pride that they take in their particular languages and in their particular cultures, because of which they want to make it more supreme. But in my opinion, that supremacy is not needed, because both of the cultures can coexist as they have existed for thousands of years.
Thank you.
Well, Aditya, I am highly impressed by your dad and your tremendous achievements as a student. 97.8 in grade 10, 97.5 in grade 12, 9.7 GPA from IIT Kanpur in electrical engineering, top of the line. And then you have 10 out of 10 in your master's, in your MTech. You were working with Goldman Sachs, drawing a salary of 2.5 lakhs a month. What made you leave Goldman Sachs and a career in that domain, getting transferred to Goldman Sachs, United States, which they take? The bright people, they would transfer on an I visa. What made you drop all that?
So, sir, I would say there are majorly two reasons. So, firstly, if you see that coming from the area that I come from, even the blessings are of the form collector bano. So, there was some kind of knowledge about civil services I had from the beginning. But the final change where I took it seriously was when during my job days, I had a volunteering experience where I realized that just going and feeding the children is not enough, and to have a meaningful impact on their lives. And thirdly, I would say that there is also an element of social prestige associated with the services.
Oh, I beg your pardon. If you go up the ladder very quickly in Goldman Sachs and you get posted in the US and in Goldman Sachs, and there you could climb right to the top. Would not that carry a lot of prestige? I know young people like you have done just that.
Yes, sir. But in my opinion, when we work for the larger society, it is a much more prestigious thing. For example, we can say that no one remembers who worked as a partner in Goldman Sachs, but everyone knows who Mr. T.N. Sesson is. So,
Oh, in the society there, people know who the partners in Goldman Sachs are.
yes, sir.
All right, now, you like to study about dinosaurs. What do you mean by studying about dinosaurs? What material do you go and examine and study about dinosaurs? Or you read about them?
Yes, sir. I read about that.
Reading about dinosaurs is a little different from studying about dinosaurs, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I have not had any practical experience
So you,
in that field.
I suppose this expression, studying about dinosaurs, is a misnomer. What you meant was reading about dinosaurs.
Yes.
Now, what can you tell me about when a dinosaur addressed the United Nations? You're not aware of it. No.
No, sir.
You must Google search and read about it. It's very interesting because the dinosaur addresses the United Nations and tells them, look, you don't have to be extinct like we became extinct. And you were talking about the extinction of the human race. It's a very, very well thought out idea. It was visual this thing created by the UNDP. And it was actually as if a dinosaur is walked in. I'm surprised that since you read about dinosaurs and you study about dinosaurs, you haven't read about this particular fantastic incident.
Sorry, sir. I'll have to.
Have you seen movies where dinosaurs figure?
Yes, sir.
Like which ones?
Jurassic Park series and the Jurassic World series.
Now, how were the dinosaurs created there?
Sir, during the initial days, it was much more about creating an actual sculpture and then making it move via various technologies. However, in the modern days, we have shifted to VFX and we are trying to do it via graphics.
Correct. The one in the United Nations was created through graphics.
Okay.
Now, to come back to your interest to serve as an administrator and serve the people in Uttar Pradesh, what do you understand by the term Human Development Index?
So, Human Development Index is about the basic development parameters which are essential for the complete realization of the personality of a particular human being. It includes indicators on health, education, and the standard of living.
Now, how does Uttar Pradesh fare in the HDI context amongst the states of India? Where is its ranking?
Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact ranking, but it is near the bottom, like it is around second last or third last.
It is the second last.
Yes.
It is the second last. And why? You know, it has got so much of, strength in terms of population, the largest state in terms of population. Why is Uttar Pradesh lagging behind?
Sir, as far as the history of Uttar Pradesh is concerned, we see that Uttar Pradesh has majorly been an agricultural state. However, and that was one of the major causes when agriculture declined and disguised unemployment set in. Uttar Pradesh was not able to keep up. But now we see that there is a lot of change towards manufacturing, and even we are holding the Global Investor Summit to attract investment. So I think that the future is bright for Uttar Pradesh.
My last question. We were talking about the dinosaur addressing the United Nations. What is, the structure of the United Nations? How many organs are in this body? How many organs does the United Nations have?
Can you take a moment, please?
Sure.
Sir, I can recall there are 6 major organs.
Yes, indeed. Can you name them?
One is the ECOSOC, Economic and Social Council. One is the FAO, I think. And
The?
FAO.
You're wrong. Anyway, believe I FAO, still you have 5.
UNSC is one.
Yes.
United Nations General Assembly.
Evidently, yes.
But I'm unable to recall it.
So I suppose you have provided your understanding of global institutions. Since you referred to the FAO, where is it located?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
And what does it deal with?
It is the Food and Agricultural Organization, so it deals with the issues related to food as well as the agricultural supplies and ensuring that people receive the food
It's
security.
in Rome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Aditya, your father is working with the audit officer.
Yes, sir.
So there is something called social audit also.
Yes, sir.
Can you say something about it? What is social audit?
So social audit is basically when the community participates in auditing whether all the rules and regulations have been followed in a particular scheme or not. For example, we see this in Manrega.
Okay. OECD has made some predictions about the global growth, GDP, and Indian growth. Any idea about it?
Sir, I'm unaware of the exact
For
predictions of
2000
OECD.
For 2023.
Sir, I can recall that some organization has predicted that the growth would slow down from 6% to 3%, but I'm not aware if it was OECD or not.
Okay, one of your hobbies is the evolutionary science behind relationship dynamics.
Yes, sir.
What do you say about it, if you have 1 minute? In 1 minute.
Yes, sir. So basically, my interest was around observing and the changing dynamics of relationships due to various factors like the increasing individual liberty and the dilution of social values. So we see that this has led to a change, and so I like to study about the evolutionary science behind that particular incident and the various neurobiology which govern those emotions. So that was what I like to study.
What is your conclusion? What did you understand? 1 or 2 lines.
So, sir, my most important observation was that whatever society had actually imposed was meant for ensuring the society's stability. And while the modern things which we are seeing are actually more governed towards the individual instincts, and wherever both of them do not coincide, we see that the divorce rates are increasing in USA, etc. Like they have reached almost 60%. So those were my basic observations.
What is revolutionary about? Evolutionary science about it?
So evolutionary science is finding the reasons behind like what is love or what is attraction and why people behave a certain way in relationships, and also like what are the exact chemical reactions which are happening in the brain which are making us behave that particular way.
Okay, good. In brief, give your opinion about the UCC, Uniform Civil Code.
Yes.
What is your opinion about it?
Sir, in my opinion, the UCC is an essential component of ensuring secular status of the country. But in my opinion, the current time we should focus more on building consensus and taking the people together on that particular incident, as even the Law Commission has stated. And after we have reached a bit of consensus, then we can go forward with implementing the UCC in its. Sorry.
That's the word we use. Anyway, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Aditya, our discussion with you is over. Kindly wait outside for a few minutes. We'll call you for a feedback.
Thank you.